Welcome to Sally Melodies classroom, where we learn basic music. We are still doing transposition, and this is our lesson 4. We are going to look at transposition on the keyboard, the most controversial part when learning music or when in the music field. Learning is a process, and we have professionals, we have people who have excelled so much in the keyboard, playing, and all those things. Others are just starting, and others are somewhere still practicing. The transpose button was not put there by any mistake. It was put there on purpose. It was put there for the purpose of the beginners, or for the purpose of those people who have not yet excelled to play all the keys. But again, our professionals have advised us not to use it for too long. You only use it as a beginner, the early stages, and then when you continue learning more scales and more keys to play the keyboard, now you stop using the transpose button. It has a minus on this side and a plus on this other side. And then we also have other keyboards that have got a button, but it does not have the minus or the plus sign, but it has some numerals, whereby you are going to choose the number that you want to use, the number of semitones to transpose. When we talk about transposing in the keyboard, here we talk about intervals. Intervals is a distance between two notes, as we learned in the previous lessons. There is an interval of a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth, a seventh, and an octave. Maybe you only know how to play one key. That is the key of C. That is where everybody starts. We all start there because that is the basic. So if you are playing C, so that is the scale of C. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. But you cannot be able to play that new key because you have not yet been taught, or you haven't been familiar with the chords. So, for example, let's take an example of E. Let's say the song is in E major. So that is E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E. You have been told that the song should be played on E major. And the only key that you know how to play as a beginner is C. Use the transpose button, but as we have said, don't stick there for so long. Just use it as an emergency as you explore to know this other key. So what you do, you come to this transpose button and then you add. You are moving from here to here. You are moving from C to E. That is a third. But how many semitones? So this is C, and then we have C sharp, we have D sharp, and then we have E. 1, 2, 3, 4. C sharp, D sharp, E. So that is 4. Those are 4 semitones. So you are going to press your plus button 4 times. You are not going to change the position of your fingers because you don't know how to play this key. But the pitch will change, and you are going to be accommodated there as a beginner. We take an example of another scale like G. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. You want to play the scale of G, but you have only learned one key. So you come here and count the number of semitones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those are 7 semitones. So you will come to your transpose button and then you press it. You press the plus button 7 times. So the pitch will take you to G, but you are going to continue playing your fingers, the fingering on C. You listen to the previous key and then you listen to the new key that you have transposed so that you can feel the difference, so that you can feel if the song you are playing has been raised or lowered. So it happens even when you are deducting. Don't stick so much to the transpose button. According to me, it was put there because of the beginners, or maybe those people who have not excelled so much in playing the organs and the keyboards. It is always good to learn something new every day, and it is always good to explore new things. I am only consistent with 3 keys. I use that button as I continue learning and exploring. So there is no harm in using the transpose button, but let's not stick there for too long. Let's learn more and more and more keys. Thank you very much for joining this class. See you in the next class.